Zel Boy Army, welcome to another tactics video on the channel. In this one today, we are looking at one of the most attacking formations on the game, probably one of the most fun tactics formations I've used this year, but I still think it is pretty balanced and very meta in my opinion, just in terms of the overall qualities it offers. We are looking at the 3-5-2. If you like this type of content, I'm giving you new tactics, formations chart, gameplay tips, tutorials, looking at the best players to use. This is the channel for you. Subscribe, like, comment on the videos, get involved, boys. Let's get into the video though. So, I want you to see here. You can see here, my skill rating in Division 1 Rivals is 2,651. So you're getting taught this by someone who's playing at a very high level on the game, and I've tested this formation at the highest level. I get people telling me I should test it in Champs. They're wrong. Champs, a lot of the games, I'll be playing against people who are like Div 3, Div 4. The worst case scenario of people I'm testing it against is 2,000 plus skill rating in Div Rivals. Nearly every game now is nearly 2,100 plus. So I'm testing this against very good players. So you can be trusting me that this is going to be a very good tactic that's been tested at a high level. Let's get into the actual formation now. Let's remove the stream label thing there. So this is the team I ran with it. I did have Klosterman at the time. Akanji's coming now. So Goretzka did get full chem, so ignore that. Show the team though. There. That's how the team lines up in game. I've basically taken the team that I was using in the 5-3-2. This formation, as you can imagine, is pretty similar to the 5-3-2. The main difference is the 3 centre mids turn from 3 centre mids to a cam and 2 CDMs. So the benefit of that is that you get a cam to join in the strikers, which makes that holy triangle, which is just so good at attacking, and 2 CDMs who shield the defence a bit more. I do think, especially with having left mid and right mid instead of wing backs, it isn't quite as good all around defensively. I just think the left mid and right mid sit a bit further up, as you'll see on some of the clips. I'm going to talk you through the tactic, talk you through the type of players you want, explain the tactic, then I'm going to show you lots of gameplay clips. I always say this, and I'm not just saying it because I'm one of the YouTubers who does provide gameplay clips. There's plenty of great YouTubers out there who do tactics videos with gameplay. But in my opinion, don't waste your time watching fraud YouTubers who are putting out videos without gameplay. If they're putting videos without gameplay, it probably means one of two things. Either they're lazy, and if it's lazy content, why waste your time on it? Or two, they've not even used the tactic themselves. Because if they had, they'd be showing you gameplay. You can't just copy a tactic without knowing how it plays in game, in my opinion. So you should stick around for the gameplay and actually learn how a tactic works. A lot of the time when I get comments from people saying the tactic or formation hasn't worked, when I actually get into the conversation with them and ask them, it's because they never even watched how to use it. It's important, so make sure you watch the gameplay part. There's 2 versions of the 3-5-2 I've got. We've got this one here with balanced 5 depth, and then the more aggressive 8 depth press after possession loss. So, as you can imagine, this one is a lot more aggressive. Basically, upping the press and upping the depth just means my team push a lot higher up and try and win the ball back a lot quicker, whereas this one is a bit more conservative, and I do have 1 less players in box. The playstyle isn't drastically different, but if you want a more balanced overall 3-5-2, this one's probably for you. If you want a more aggressive one, where you try to dominate, attack, and blitz your opponent a lot, this one's for you with the press after possession loss. It's not a crazy difference, but it is noticeable. The instructions on this one, we've got stay forward on the strikers so you can counter attack quickly with them. I put come back on defense on the cam so he gets involved, but having a good box to box one who can do everything will still get involved. I've come back on defense, stay wide, get into the box, getting behind on my wingers. I want them on that because I want them to still come back and somewhat operate as almost wing backs when I'm defending, because without them you do get exposed a bit down the wings. Stay wide, getting behind to provide lots of width, because I have plenty of players in the middle anyway, and you need width to break people down. And then I have a destroyer. So in this team, it's Goretzka on stay back, cover centre, cut passing lanes, and then my creator midfielder, like I do in the 4-4-2 and the 4-2-3-1, is team of the year Bruno on cut passing lanes, balance attack, cover centre. And then we have on this one the instructions. I have stay central, getting behind now added, because when I win the ball back, I'm winning it higher up the pitch, I'm winning it quickly, I want to counter attack and get behind, so I put these on that. I have balanced width rather than stay wide on this because I want players a little bit more central focus to break people down. I put both of these on balanced, and I don't have cut passing lanes because when you're attacking a bit more aggressive, you do want them to man mark a little bit more to get tight with the press. But those are the instructions. There's the way you play it in game generally. You'll see a lot of the patterns in the gameplay that I show you, but the centre backs all sit back. You pass the ball out wide when there's options to go out wide, but a lot of the time your two midfielders will dictate the play. If you see options to go through the middle, you do it. Lots of the time you're going to get lots of counter attacks, through balls down the wings. There's so many good passing options in this formation. The biggest weakness is getting counter attacked and having no fullbacks or wing backs, in my opinion. That is the main weakness. It's just a bit attacking. But the amount of options it offers going forward as a fun, creative, attacking formation with lots of different patterns, I think for a lot of people it's going to suit you, and I think you'll really enjoy this formation. I don't think it is quite as good as the 5-3-2 as a balance, but it is pretty damn close, and I really do love the 5-3-2. This formation is very usable at a high level, in my opinion. This with the 5-3-2, 4-4-2, and 4-2-3-1 would probably be my favourite formations in the game right now. Let's get into some gameplay so I can show you how the tactic really works. One of the things I always like to show when I'm showing a new tactic is the defensive shape, but also how it counter-attacks and the attacking patterns you get in it. So the first clip we've got here is the 3-5-2 and the defensive shape. So it is a little bit more vulnerable to an attack than the 5-3-2. You can see we've still got the two strikers up there. I'm not even sure why one of them's offside at that point, bit weird. But you have the middle centre-backs here. Reece James there's another. So even though I've got one of my centre-backs pulled out of position, I've got two holding the sides here. The right mid and the left mid, though, they do get back and get involved, which is quite nice. So here, I counter-attack. Now I'm attacking at pace because these guys here have been marked by these, and I can break past his forward line and get through. I do a quick 1-2 here. So I press L1 as I pass it because it triggers a run through there. Big through ball down the line. Lots of space there. Dead stop to cut in. And you see here I've got loads of attacking options. Go there. Cantona's got into some space. And here, I don't use this trick often, but the Cruyff turn there is very good with a defender and a keeper on you. Turn past him and it's an easy finish. You can see all the attacking options I've got, but also how good the 3-5-2 was at counter-attacking them. Here's a clip I wanted to show you where it was a great attack, but just watch the save here. So lots of men forward here. You can see there, I've got my two strikers here and here. I've got my cam getting in. I played Alfonso at cam in this. I've got my left mid. Actually, no, it's not my left mid. I think that's Bruno, my CDM, getting involved. Lots of options, but just watch this save. I don't know if that's a block or a save, but like, what even happened here? I couldn't believe this. What even is that? One of the weaknesses with the 3-5-2 tends to be that you need the left mid and right mid to be attacking to help you. And when they're doing this, obviously that gives you lots of width. But if you get counter-attacked at pace, you don't have the fullbacks to cover. I have three midfielders here helping me. Three defenders here covering. That's the three centre-backs. And one of my CGMs there is getting back to cover, but he could have turned and done a through ball up there and got wide. My opponent makes a bad choice there and goes down the middle. Maybe just wanted to go up there but didn't do enough power. But you still have three centre-backs, so you're still pretty safe in general. And here, look on the radar. I've got my right mid free there. You can often counter-attack and catch people out very quickly by just going out wide to the right mid and left mid. This is probably the biggest difference with the 5-3-2. It is just more attacking. And the left mid and right mid just sit a bit more forward than the wing backs. Here, attack at pace. I'm always looking to get it to my striker in this position to be able to do a bridge because most people just can't defend it. Do the bridge there. Ball roll. There, I could have shot, but I choose to pass. Honestly, even though this sounds crazy, the best thing I could have done would have been pass again and shoot because I think he's onside. Or maybe even finesse it there. It shouldn't get blocked. I do end up scoring a bit of a ridiculous overhead kick. But you can see there, the counter-attack at pace, lots of options, catches my opponent out. But it is a little bit more vulnerable to the counter-attacks itself. Okay, this one here again really shows the defensive stability and maybe shape structure of this formation. You can see here, get my team in shape. Alphonso Davies there, the cam has got back. Don't get me wrong, it's a team of the year Davies, so he's going to do a lot better at getting back and running up and down compared to some of the other cams you might have. Here, Bruno, cross to the back post, and that's my CDM who's crossed that. Counter attack at pace. If I see a chance to do a driven pass to my strikers and counter attack, I will. This formation is very good at the counter attacks, and I don't cross often, but when I have a player peeling off like that, crosses are good and worth doing. And I've counter attacked in a flash and scored a nice goal. Another great example here of counter attacking in the 3-5-2. You can see here my two CDMs. I mean, Davies is my cam, but he's swapped with my other CDM here for some reason. Sometimes they do this. I have lots of space in the middle, which allows me to play out the back. I've got width, which is really nice. Maybe I should have passed that a bit quicker. Here, you can't actually see it in terms of the player on the screen because of my face cam, but you can see on the radar that player making a run. Sharari gets in behind. I could have maybe turned and done a pass or a double tap there, but he's moved his keeper, so I see a chance near post to shoot. End up shooting. The left mid and right mid, if you're patient enough, will make great runs. And this formation is one of the very best in the game for attacking because it's got a cam, two strikers, and a left mid and right mid. It's better than the 5-3-2 for attacking because the left mid and right mid do more work in it. It's just not quite as defensively stable because of that. Here we see a great example of counter-attacking in the 3-5-2 and how the cam gets involved. So the cam here, Alphonso Davies, I press L1 as I pass to trigger a run. This is something not enough people utilise, by the way. When I do these types of videos, one of the things I'm always trying to get across, I'm always trying to make sure that I give you little gameplay tips and advice anyway. So even if you watch one of these videos and you're not too bored about the formation, there's normally going to be little golden nuggets, little snippets of info that maybe could help your game. So you can see Alfonso still making runs. I press L1 there to trigger him on a run. Through ball, double tap just to make sure it goes over the defender. And there, nice easy finish. I think he moved his keeper slightly. We've counter-attacked quick. If you look, 9 minutes basically, we have the ball there. And then 1 minute in-game later, we've scored. Alfonso's crazy in this cam roll. Obviously, he's going to be pretty crazy. But generally, getting a pretty quick box-to-box cam who can get involved in the counter, this is going to be really good. Little technique I do here that I quite like. But again, you can see the cam getting involved. The left mid there pulls out the right back. The right mid here gives some width, which kind of, you can see there, makes the left back tuck in, which is good because what this does is it means now that we get a 2v2. In this position, is it going to play? Okay, software being weird. We get a 2v2 now. You can see here I've got two centre-backs against two attackers because the right mid's taking the left back, the left mid's taking the right back out. Then here I go to bridge because in this game I've done the bridge quite a bit. He marks there, worried about it because if they don't mark it, it's generally quite an issue. And then he's marked it. You can see he's got over there. So I quickly shift it onto there and then finesse it into the far corner. This is a technique you can do. Sometimes you don't actually have to do what you threaten. You can bluff something. Bluff the bridge, he goes to mark it, and then quickly shift it, right foot finesse. This is a great technique and a way of breaking people down by being unpredictable. For the last clip, I have saved the best till last. This is one of the most beautiful goals I've got this FIFA, just in terms of the counter-attack and the way I build up from the back. Watch this here. With Neuer, I use the radar to pick out this man in the bit of space there. So beautiful pass by Neuer with his 4-star weak. For one of the reasons I love Neuer so much. Counter attack. Nice 1-2. Beautiful chip through ball. Controlled passing. Moving the ball around. You can see I've got my 5 attackers basically in this area. Bridge to get into the space. Ball roll. Nice easy finish. And that's all come from a quick counter attack under pressure with the ball at my keeper's feet. The 3-5-2 has so many great attacking options, so much good movement, players everywhere. It's still solid defensively. I just think it's a very fun formation, but it suits the game if you play it in the right way. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Appreciate your support as always. Keep it spicy.